Hi guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I will show you how to deploy Azure Web App with CI/CD pipeline using Azure DevOps. In this session, we will learn how to create Azure App Service app with the code, how to create repository in GitHub, how to create pipelines in Azure DevOps, how to create workflow. Let's start the lesson. In the Azure portal, click on Create a Resource. Search for App Service Plan and select it. Click Create to start the setup process. Fill in the required details, such as the name, subscription, resource group, region, and operating system for the plan. In Publish select Code, and in Runtime Stack select .NET 9. In Database, keep it empty, as this sample web app. In Deployment, scroll down and enable Basic Authentication. Then select Review and Create. Congratulations, you create your first web app in Azure. Log into GitHub using your credentials. In Repositories, click New. Type a short, memorable name for your repository. For example, First Pipeline. Click Create Repository. Open GitHub Desktop app to clone the new repository. We create a simple web project in our local computer using .NET 9 as below. Open the project path and copy all files to your repository. Then commit your first change. Now you can check the repository that include all project files. Log in to DevOps website. Select your project. Go to Pipeline and create New. In Connect tab select GitHub. Then select your repository. It's asking you for permission. Select All Repository, then Approve and Install. In Configure tab, select ASP.NET Core Framework. Select the end of the YAML file, and then select Show Assistant. Use the Task Assistant to add the Azure Web App task. Choose your Azure subscription. Make sure to select Authorize to authorize your connection. The authorization creates the required service connection. Select the app type, app name, and runtime stack based on your app service app. Thanks for your watching. See you soon. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.